Good day, guys. I hope you're having a wonderful day today. I'm Lupumlo Glenn Menolizer, and I'll be analyzing gold, EURUSD, and GBPUSD, and showing you guys possible trade ideas for tomorrow. Now, without wasting any of your time, man, let's get it. Now, I'm going to start this analysis on gold. Now, what's happening on gold? I want to start it on the daily time frame so that we can have an idea on what's happening. Now, if you view the daily time frame, you'll be able to see that it's going to the upside. You see, price is going to the upside. Now, we're kind of hoping that price may likely pull back to here, and make that buy. But you can see in the daily time frame that price did mitigate this supply and demand zone, so it may likely go to the upside. So we're just waiting to see now which side is going to win. Right? Because price did come and mitigate this, so naturally we can say go to this low here is strong and probably may break the high. But in the daily time frame, there isn't enough information for me to actually conclude on that, so I go to the 4-hour time frame to further analyze price. Now, if you view this 4-hour time frame, you'll be able to see that price is also going to the upside. Now, going to the upside, right, and formed an internal 4-hour break. Now, this internal 4-hour break is saying price is likely to go to the downside. But now we're kind of aware that price did mitigate this daily supply and demand zone. So since we're trading with this 4-hour internal structure, we can say that price may likely be attracted to this 4-hour supply and demand zone. So we may likely see some buys and price come here, but at the same time, I'm hoping, man, that price may likely break this and then come back, but we're going to see what's going to happen. So what's happening here on this internal structure? You can clearly see Guti price change character here, which signal to me Guti maybe a possible sell is favorable, and after that it did swap some liquidity above these highs. And now if you follow the chain of mitigation, you'll be able to see good price did come here and mitigate this area here and then went down. All right, okay, and then went down to this, so came here, went down. So I'm kind of hoping that price may likely come back here and then we go down again. So this is just my idea. So I'm hoping price may come back here, and then when it comes there, I'll look for those sells to try and target this low. Now for buys, right, if price break above here, then I will say okay, cool, maybe now the internal structure is going to the upside, so probably buys are favorable. Now, if we come here to the 50-minute time frame, because this is where I really make my entries. Now, if you zoom out, you'll be able to see that the 50-minute structure is going to the downside. Now, we have our break of structure here. Now, within this break of structure, we have internal breaks, and our last internal break is here. Now, this internal break depicts that maybe price is ready to go to the downside, which is cool. So we're waiting for the same thing. We're waiting for price to at least come to these supply and demand zones. Now, if I get a trade setup clear here, I may likely trade this area, but I'm hoping that price maybe come to the extreme so that I just put my stop loss above here, and I know if I'm stopped out, maybe price is going to the upside. Now, so that's just the idea on gold. It's not a big deal. It's chilled. So we're just waiting for a sell on gold. If it presents itself to us, we're definitely going to take it. Now let's look at another pair and then see what's gonna happen to it. Okay, now it's GBPUSD. Okay, I'm gonna start this analysis also on the daily. Try and give you an idea where my mind is heading. Okay, now if you view price on the daily, you can see for sure the daily is going to the upside. Now it's still, it's an uptrend, you may say. Now we're kind of waiting to ride this pullback, right? Hoping that this pullback may ride and then come to this daily supply and demand zone, and then from here we can try to anticipate that buy. But at the moment we are here. we are here at the moment, so we need to trade this price that we see right now. So let me just do that and then go to the 4-hour time frame. Now on the 4-hour time frame, as you can see, price is here, right? Price is here. Now since price is here, for sure this supply and demand zone is going to be used as a reaction meaning that hoping that price may likely pull back to this area. In this area is where we will likely make those sells, right? Yes, until price change character above, and then we're going to try to anticipate those buys. But at the moment, we're going to look for those sells. So waiting for price to come here, and then from here, we'll try to anticipate those sells. So let's go to the 50-minute time frame, as I believe is best explained there. Okay. Now, if you view here, let me just remove this one. Now, if you view here, this structure or price is going to the downside, right? Price is going to the downside. We have our break, we have our swing high, we have our swing low. Now, price did come and mitigate this 15-minute supply and demand zone, and it's forming this reaction yana. Now, we don't know now where price will likely pull back, but we're anticipating that it may pull back from this 4-hour supply and demand zone. And as a result, right, price didn't tap this 4-hour supply and demand zone, so kind of hoping for price to pull back at least here, and then from here we're going to anticipate those sells too, you know. So that's just it on GBPUSD. That's just it on GBPUSD. That's just it. Pretty much simple, man. Now let's come to euro. So when it comes to euro GBP, I haven't analyzed this pair, right? So I'm planning to analyze it pretty soon and try to backtest it and see how it behaves. But looking at it though, it behaves the same. I don't want to lie, I'll be able to tackle this pair, but not now. Yeah, so I'm not going to analyze this one now, but I'm probably going to analyze it in the future. Now, we're going to be looking at gold, euro, USD, of course. This is the last pair that I'll be looking into now. Now, I'm going to start this analysis on the daily. Now, what is the daily saying? So we have our break of structure here, we have our swing high here, we have our swing low here. Now within this break of structures, what do we have? We have internal breaks. Now the last internal break is here. If you can see, it's there. So since it's there, we have also, okay, it's here, and this is our break of structure, this is our swing low, internal swing low, and this is our internal swing high. Now within this internal structure, we're anticipating a pullback, right? So price may likely come to this daily supply and demand zone that is resting within this weekly supply and demand zone, where we'll try to anticipate those buys. But being aware, Kuti, there's also the supply and demand zone here. There's also the supply and demand zone here. So we need to see confirmations in here that depict that price may likely be going to the upside. Now let's go to the 4-hour time frame, as I believe it explains what's gonna happen much clearer. All right. So firstly, the 4-hour break of structure is going to the upside. Of course, as you can see, it's going to the upside, you know. Now we're trying to anticipate a pullback to one of these supply and demand areas where we would going to be partaking in those buys. Okay, cool. So we have our internal breaks here, right? So this was my last. So price went up, right, and then broke this internal structure here, and then now for me this is just a minor pullback. I don't want to lie, it's not an, how can I put, it's not a you know, an internal break. It's just a minor pullback, right? So just also though hoping that price may come back here and then try to partake on these moves, and if you see confirmation of a buy here, then we're going to take those buys. But at the moment it's pretty much like this, So let's go to the 50-minute time frame. All right. Now on the 50-minute time frame, we have our break of structure. So our break of structure is here. Now we have also an area where we would likely trade from this big zone, this for our supply and demand zone, right? If you see here, so in this for our supply and demand zone, we're hoping that price may likely come back to at least here, and then from there we'll trade. And the reason this is the zone I would like to trade from is because if you see here, all of this price is balanced, right? So price went up, right, went down, and then try to go up, but failed to mitigate this extreme area here, but did mitigate this range, you know, and went down. But all of these price orders have been tapped in, so it's kind of, you know, it's kind of I know it's a bit tricky. It's a bit tricky. It's a bit tricky, but we're trying to observe what's going to happen and see. So yeah, man, anticipating this, we would like to see price come here, and then when it comes here, we're going to anticipate a sell. But at the same time, price may come to this area here, and then from this area, we're going to try to anticipate a pullback to probably target that high there, this high. Right, so if price pullback, if price did this, let me show you. So if price came here, we'll try to anticipate a pullback, you know, or rather a break of this high. If price does that, you know, that's what we are trying to anticipate. But at the moment, we're still trying to follow the trend. You know, a trend is a friend till it ends. Yeah, something like that. You know, something like that. You know, these areas, if you look, these areas are used as reaction. You know, yeah, all supply and demand zone is used as a reaction. That's what I do. Yeah, man, this is it. Pretty much simple, man. Pretty much simple. So if you're enjoying the video so far, and if you're here, managed to watch the video, and to this point, I'm thankful. So you must make sure that you follow, and if you have anything to ask, make sure that you ask, because I'm really interested to hear what you guys have to say.